What's up, everyone? Shafet here, and I have another video for you guys today. And I wanted to talk on the topic of if you have work that is laborious, like, if you work in Amazon, USPS, FedEx, all these kinds of jobs that require you to be on your feet and to be moving heavy things every single day, then this video is for you. I will be explaining to you how you can lose the weight, keep it off, and not only that, but just transform and sculpt your body like how I did. Now, I am working now in landscaping, and in the beginning I was confused. I was lost on how to lose the weight, on how to build muscle while doing such a laborious, like having a laborious job, because easily in landscaping on a hot day, I was burning between 3,000 to 5,000 calories a day. And that's my TDEE, right? My total daily energy expenditure, how much my body is burning throughout the day. And now I've prayed for, I have meditated on, I have read countless articles, books on how to manipulate your weight while having such a laborious job. For example, I'll let you guys know that I was 260 pounds. I lost 100 pounds, so I went down to around 160. And then after losing the weight, I decided on, okay, well, I'm not that big. I'm lean, but I'm not that big. I'll put a picture or video of me a couple years back when I was 160. I was pretty lean. I had vascularity. I had it was like 10% body fat I measured at. And I felt pretty good at that weight. Now, let me get to some better lighting in here. It's horrible. Forest doesn't work in my favor. And after losing the weight initially, I sought out to gain muscle, right? Because I was at probably a 12-inch bicep. I was like, okay. I was lean, but I was like not that big. Basically, what you guys need to first do is find out how many calories you are burning a day. If you can't figure that out, I'm sorry, but you can do all you want. But if you don't know how many calories you're burning, especially on a day that you're working, it's going to be much harder to know how many calories you should be eating. You can feel for it, but in the beginning, you should at least get a base. You need to find out your base. What are you burning naturally? And that's it. Now you need to track your calories to find out how many calories you need in order to lose weight, to gain weight, to maintain your weight. And after a while, you can hop off of that tracking your calories, tracking your food. But initially, you want to at least do it for like 2 weeks. And if you can't do that, find somebody that can track it for you, that can give you do the dirty work for you, and you can just literally eat what you're being told to eat, and that's it. And then everybody knows what you're burning, and then you can lose the weight or gain weight or whatever. So first, find out how many calories you're burning. Second, I would say you need to manipulate your carbohydrates. So the reasoning and the rationale behind that is that your body has three primary foods for fuel. You're either burning carbohydrates or glucose, or you're burning protein or muscle, or you're burning fats. Now, your body likes carbohydrates. It does like it. It likes it so much that if you don't eat enough of it, it starts to produce its own glucose, right, from ketones. So you need to learn how to manipulate your carbohydrates. So then I have three levels of where you are at in my body type. So you're either obese, like you're beyond 20-25% body fat, and you have some good weight on you. You're either overweight, or you are between lean and skinny fat, I would say. And the way that you would manipulate your carbohydrates is timing them. And so you either time it, you manipulate how much carbohydrates you're eating throughout the day, or you can either just avoid carbohydrates at all. So the way that you let's say, time your carbohydrates is, for me, for example, the way that I time it is by having a good amount of carbohydrates while I work out. So I would just eat gummy bears, and before that I wouldn't really eat anything, just probably have my pre-workout or a coffee or whatever, or L-carnitine. And timing that carbohydrate for the workout, I get humongous pumps. My workouts just feel a lot better. I have the energy, I have the strength. Oh, definitely the strength. Like, it's insane how much my strength goes up when I'm properly having enough carbohydrates in my system, flowing in my system. Now I'm gonna go back to the body types. If you are obese, you do not need the carbohydrates. Your body has enough fat stores to burn for energy, right? So like, while I was losing the weight, I was eating about a cup of rice, and I mean that, like, I was eating between 30 and 50 grams of carbs a day. I wasn't eating many carbs, and I lost the weight fast and effectively and safe. I was losing between, I would say, 2 to 3 pounds a week just by not eating carbohydrates, not eating a crazy amount of carbohydrates. I was eating between 30 and 50. So if you eat between 30 and 50 carbohydrates and you are working out, you are doing some kind of physical activity, you will start burning fat. Like, it's just how it is. And especially if you are in a deficit, you will begin to burn fat because your body doesn't like to burn muscle. If you don't eat enough protein, you will start burning your muscle. However, if you are eating enough protein, you are eating about a gram of protein per pound of body weight, you will keep it. Your body won't burn it because it's very abundant in your system. So your body is going to the fat to burn it because it doesn't have enough carbohydrates for what you are doing physically. So about a week, it'll suck like crazy. Pray if you can. Pray for strength. Pray for the courage to continue. Your body will transform on you insanely fast. You will forget about who you were. It's just gonna be like this. You will literally become a machine. So now, if you are obese. If you're overweight, you could be eating between 50 and 100. If you are lean or skinny fat, you could be eating. You can be eating any kind of carbohydrate. You could be just having to time it. Making sure that it's paired with fiber, things like that, if you are not working out or not doing something physically heavy. So time your carbohydrates, manipulate them, find out what you can do with them, and watch how much you will grow, how much your energy will expand, how much you will feel better. You will feel better. I felt better after timing it, after manipulating them and controlling them, especially when knowing how to avoid glucose spikes. To not crash. So after knowing your TDEE, so then second would be timing your carbs, short for that. And the third will be go for walks. I am a believer of God. He for sure helped me lose the weight. I'm telling you that with certainty, because losing weight is a very hard thing to do. Very hard. But when you have a God beside you who loves you and who wants to see you succeed, who man, there's no word to explain it, and it's gonna get me emotional, but you are his temple. Of course he's gonna want you to sculpt it, to take control of it, and to avoid gluttonous behavior and to avoid slothfulness. He's gonna bless you with energy. He's gonna bless you with wanting to get better, wanting to feel better. Pray to God. That's my biggest advice. Pray to him. Put your stress and your confusion onto him, but do the work. Meet him halfway and he'll meet you halfway. That's how I always thought of it. While I was losing the weight, I unfortunately didn't pray to him, and it just made it like 10 times harder. After losing the weight and trying to gain muscle and things like that. So that's my third thing. Pray to God and source his power into yourself, and find the inner God in you. and go do some physical activity, which he will bless. He will encourage that. He will bless you with the energy and the mindset that you need to go and do it. You fall in love with this sort of thing. It's not something that you are born with and you just love outdoors because I mean, I love the outdoors, but after a while, like after coming out here and enjoying the peace, the serenity, the calmness of the forest, you really start to enjoy it after a while. So just come out here, walk with your friends, go and enjoy nature. It's what God made, right? The fourth thing that has radically changed my weight and just blew me up in muscle size, and just I've gained in tremendous amounts of muscle naturally, by the way, is to keep your hydration in check. A lot of people are out here like just drinking a bottle of water, 2 bottles of water, and this one guy told me after telling him how to lose the weight, which he did, he's like, oh yeah, I drank like three of those tiny water bottles in the day and I felt super good. I'm like, what? 3? Like, that's not even like a bottle, like a regular bottle of water. And blew my mind. Honestly, I don't know how he's still here. I don't know how he's still surviving. But I mean, I told him he needs to be at least drinking a gallon. If you are doing physical work, like if you're in Amazon, if you're landscaping, if you're doing construction, take your gallon. Buy a gallon, buy a $40, $50, even take a plastic gallon if you can, and just wrap it in like aluminum foil so it doesn't get hot. Or if you're indoors doing laborious work, even better, just take your gallon, but drink water. You have to be drinking a lot of water. One of these tips came a long time ago when I first started losing weight. I noticed that these people in wrestling teams, they always carried a gallon of water. I'm like, what are they doing that for? And I asked one of my friends that was in the wrestling team, and he said it keeps our hunger down. I'm like, huh, well, that's a clue. Let me try that out. So then I bought a gallon for every single day, right? So I don't, refill it and drink plastic. So I just had a gallon of water for each day. I brought that gallon to school, to the gym, and I finished it. I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. And I felt good after drinking all that water. And every time I was hungry, every time I would feel my stomach have that empty feeling, I would drink water, and it went away. It just went away. I would drink 0 sugar drinks. I don't care about the people saying, oh, it has aspartame, sucralose, your stomach is gonna get wrecked. Drink a probiotic if you want. But like, it works. It does work. The carbonation in those drinks fill you up. Keep your hydration in check and watch you lose the weight. It's just gonna happen. So your total daily energy expenditure, find out how much you're burning. Second, control your carbohydrates, manipulate them, time them, find out how many grams you should be eating at your body weight in order to go into a small ketosis, I would say. Learn how to fast. That's another tip, but I'll talk about that later. The third is to pray to God. Go outside. Go. That's honestly the most important, praying to God. But if you are a non-believer, you should really meet Him. Go outside. Go walk. Go into nature. Go walk with your friends. That's probably one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. Learn how to enjoy the nature. Right? Just walk with your gallon. Just literally just be in peace. And the fourth thing that radically helped me lose the weight and fast and efficiently was to keeping my hydration in check. Drinking liquid IV, drinking that gallon of water, especially if you're outside. You gotta drink your electrolytes. Please drink your electrolytes. If you can't afford it as of right now, put some salt in your water. Put at least a gram in there. Because if you are drinking a gallon, you are going to be pushing out electrolytes, especially if you're sweating. So drink your electrolytes. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys.